Welcome everybody to Service Drive Revolution. In your Friday drive-by, a little something to think about, a little brain food for the weekend, tickle your subconscious, get you really thinking about some things that hopefully will make you better for Monday. How are you doing, Mr. O'Neill, Jeremy O'Neill?
Doing absolutely fabulous. Happy that it's Friday. Got an exciting weekend coming up. Very excited about it.
That is awesome. I have no plans this weekend, so I'm jealous of you. Today we want to talk about the glass ceiling.
I was going to invite you up to the high desert, and because Cracker Barrel has actually opened up their dining. Right?
No, thank you. I'm busy.
Okay.
All of a sudden now I have plans. Let's talk about the glass ceiling, Jeremy. Do you know what I like to do to glass ceilings?
Shatter them?
Throw rocks at them.
Ooh, throw rocks at them. That sounds like fun.
Have you ever heard the David Foster Wallace story about the fish?
No, I have not.
So there's an old wise fish swimming up the river, and he runs into two younger fish, and he says, "Hey boys, how's the water today?" And the fish just kind of look at him blankly and swim by, and once they're past him and they're alone, the one fish looks to the other one and he goes, "What's water?" That's what happens when you do what we do.
That's right.
We go around and we try to tell managers and shop owners, listen, there's a better way. We see it working everywhere else, right? We see it working everywhere else. Like I was talking to somebody earlier, and they kept asking me, but you can hire technicians. But are you sure you can hire technicians? Are you sure you can hire technicians? I'm like, never have we not been able to hire technicians. Like, it's a glass, you just have a glass ceiling. That's it. You just believe that in your market, you can't hire technicians. You believe that your value is so low that nobody would want to come work there, right? You got to change your perception of the value of what you offer.
Yeah, and then you project that out, and that's the reality that you create, for sure.
Yeah, you create your own glass ceiling. So you deserve to run a profitable business.
Yep.
And people are doing it all over the place, so there's no reason you can't. You could actually be wildly profitable. You deserve to have systems that take care of customers that aren't brain damaged, right? Systems at scale that are kind of easier to manage. You deserve that. People are doing it everywhere else, but you just have this block where you're like, oh, that won't work, or my thing's different. And really, you know, what you're saying is you don't feel enough pain that you want to change. You don't care enough about the profitability that you actually want to change.
You guys are talking about glass ceilings, right?
Yes.
What did one elevator say to the other?
What?
I think I'm coming down with something.
He totally broke my train of thought, Jeremy.
And hopefully it's not COVID, because it would take forever
this
to
is
get
what
to the
hackers
floor.
This is what hackers do.
Dude, you were on a roll too. You were rolling.
Anyways, the point is, your perception is not always reality. You got to follow other people's results. If other people are doing it, why can't you do it? It's that old 4-minute mile thing. Like, nobody thought you could run a 4-minute mile until somebody did, and then everybody did it.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of this steeped in your self-worth, because a lot of times we'll have this rut and create this reality. So we're conditioned to live in our world, and obviously the human body likes, homeostasis to stay kind of, where things are at. So to push yourself, you do have to really push yourself out. And how do you get a bigger rock to break the glass ceiling faster?
How?
Well, I don't know. I'm asking you. Like, is there a way to accelerate this?
Oh, you don't need a very big rock if you can throw hard. I just find a good rock and throw it. That's it. It's not that complicated.
So the
glass breaks easy. Because here's the thing, Jeremy, that I think you're not understanding about the glass ceiling. It's imaginary.
Oh, it's not actually there?
It's not real. It's a fake ceiling.
Oh, okay. So we can.
So
do
the rock doesn't really matter. The rock is you deciding that you're not going to live by old standards that never really existed to begin with.
It's a decision.
The ideas that were handed down through tribal knowledge, but really aren't based in fact, right? Oh no, you got to do it this way. Only this will work. Well, have you ever tried something different? Right? Maybe there's a better way.
Well, there's two words that I'm picking up on. One, they start with the letter D. One is you have to decide to change, and the other one is you have to believe that you deserve it. And it's interesting that the way that consumers are right now. I've noticed in the last 30 days that consumers are a little edgier. They get frustrated faster. They're changing. Obviously, they're changing a lot right now. But we have to believe in our worth. And I love one of the things that we talk about off the air is the inner workings of shops and the ideas that we throw out there. And I loved a conversation we had when we first met, which was talking about what do you charge for an alignment? And an alignment can be a perfect thing to help break this mindset where a lot of alignments are sold on a menu pricing and there's a fee for it. But if you look at the book time to do the adjustments, a lot of times that fee for the alignment can be $300 or $400. Well, how many shops or dealerships are actually getting the revenue they deserve for that service? So that's just a great metaphor to kind of look at. And I always test advisors, when you change your pricing, sell it to me right now. Practice selling me at the new price. How do you feel? And a lot of times it's more of an internal issue with how you feel in your own emotions, and you can't control those emotions. And then you don't believe that you deserve it. And then you'll play small rather than playing all out and getting what you actually deserve.
Yeah. I think too, intuitively, we know that there's something better out there. Intuitively, we know that we're miserable in the current system we're in. We know that it doesn't really represent our full potential. And we accept the pain because we don't know a better way. And so you have to go out there and find the better way. You don't have to accept the pain. There's always a better way. You have to have this optimism that there's a better way. And if you have that optimism and you go seek that out, then that's where the magic is, right?
There's a wonderful story that a friend of mine tells, and I absolutely love it. It illustrates this perfectly, where my friend is sitting at lunch, and behind him he hears a life and death struggle. So he turns around and takes a look, and he notices something very sad. He sees this common housefly trying to fly through the window glass, right? Trying to break through the window pane. So the fly tries and hits the glass, falls on the sill, gets back up, flies again, backs up a little further, flies faster, falls down, and he's just sitting there trying to break the glass, and he's trying harder. And the sad part of the story is this: if the fly would just back up and look around, he would notice that 4 feet to his left, effortless flying, there's an open door. He could fly to the other side and get the results that he wants by being smarter and just observing the situation instead of trying harder. And I think so many times, because of the demands that are placed on our service industry, that we get so beat down by the amount of hours and the energy that we put into our craft that we don't have that time to work on ourselves or our career, and we forget to look around and possibly look for that open door that would give us the results that we want, or the rock that would break that glass ceiling and give us everything that we desire. So the moral of the story isn't necessarily trying harder. It's sometimes looking around and finding the smarter way to do it, right?
Yeah, that's good. That's a great analogy. What was that fly thinking?
Well, he was a badass, so he thought he could actually shatter that glass. So he just kept trying harder. So sometimes you just got to turn right and fly through the open door.
I thought in the story, because I've never heard that story before, I thought you were going to say the guy turned to the fly and was like, hey, what are you doing? And then I was going to make a joke about a talking fly, but it's not how the story went. It's good.
Nope.
So there it is, you guys. The glass ceiling is perception. It's not reality. Change how you're thinking. You don't have to accept the reality that you're in currently. You deserve more. You deserve better. And it's all about your self-image, and if you change your self-image, you'll change what you believe and what you deserve. So now, let's check out a preview of what's coming up next week on Service Drive Revolution.
Next week on Service Drive Revolution.
The topic today is going to be the difference between amateurs and pros. How was your trip? Anything fun happen? You get poison ivy in your pants or anything?
I almost got gored by a buffalo. I don't know if you read the news story.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Breaking news, Chris Collins is moving to Texas.
Better than Nevada. Yeah, I'm a genius. It's not news to anybody.
It was great. I have to disinfect real quick. Okay. Carry on.
Are you afraid that Christian's going to give you corona through the computer? Oh, it looks big when you hold it that close to the camera.
I don't.
Talking about professionals here.
There's some feedback in.
Why did the donut maker retire?
Okay. Thanks for watching this episode of Service Drive Revolution's Drive-By. I hope it gives you something to think about over the weekend and inspires some new ideas and hopefully some new results. If you have any questions for the big show, go ahead and post them below in the comments. We'll be looking out for them and we'll answer them on the show. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you're notified when we post new episodes. I'm Chris Collins, and you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Chris Bulldog Collins. And I'll see you again on the next episode.